Okay, so here we have it, Mr. One Take himself, Ray Allen. What's good? How you feeling today, man?
I'm good, man. What's up with you?
Man, we've been trying to get this interview in for a minute. Glad to have you on the platform. So let's take it back to 2014. What was Ray Allen doing at this time?
Trying to find myself. As far as musically, like, I was still like full time, ripping and running, doing shit, regular shit niggas do.
Growing up, people called or referred you as Snake. When looking at your brand, you go as A.W.A. Ray Allen. Why did you choose to stick with A.W. Ray Allen versus having people calling you Snake?
Snake was more like that shit was like a family nickname though, coming from, like from my uncle. He passed away though, my uncle Brock. So he used to call me that shit though, and like my aunties and shit, my uncle. So it was kind of more like a family nickname, more so than like a street name. And Ray Allen, I just kind of like I just accumulated. I like Ray Allen as a basketball player or whatnot, and everybody called me Ray, short for my real name, so I just put the Allen at the end because my family, like on my father's side, like that's their last name.
And what does AWA stand for, and what does it mean to you?
Oh, that's gang shit. Nah, that's all white affairs. Yeah, all white affairs, and that shit mean everything. That shit. It's a way of life. It ain't just no, it's you gotta know to know. So shit, it's like some shit, man, my brothers came up with Scrunch and man, Grandman, and my dog too, Escrow. I mean, it's a lot of other ones, but they don't really rock, so it would be needless to say their name. But as far as like who came up with it was just me and Man and Scrunch.
Okay, so let's get in the early stages of your career. What influenced you to get into the music industry?
Shit, Man and Scrunch, they the ones that like, I always knew how to rap. I did that shit just like, I used to be on X Pills and shit back in the day. And it used to be me, Man, and Mark. JJ too. Them my partners too. They in prison, Freedom Boy. Yeah, we used to do that shit in the car late night, be on X Pills and shit, trapping. Like, some First Street shit. And shit go back to 14. Yeah. Shit, I don't know, man. They used to go to the studio before I did. I wasn't really on that shit, like, and they was on that shit. But they knew I could rap, so they always just like push me to come in there with them. And now I went in that bitch one time and I ain't come back out that motherfucker. I'm still in that motherfucker.
Yeah. How has rapping changed your life?
Good, because it's something productive and I don't know nothing that pay money like rap money. So it's something to chase, you feel me? It's something to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something to get into, especially if you know how to do that shit. Like, if you got away with words and you can spit and you can, you know what I'm saying? You make that shit make sense, and then at the end of the day, when the motherfucker can check your resume and they know that shit stump. But second, like the bad part about it is like people think they know me and they don't really know me, and then they might, it might be like, you know what I'm saying, like motherfuckers might misunderstand me and be like, oh, I can approach him, he cool, he seem like he straight, or he seem like this type of nigga, but all in all you don't really know me. And then I'm more like to myself, like I only fuck with like my guys, so motherfuckers will be like, like they'll want to approach me and shit, and then they'll kind of like feel like, like when they see me out with my family and shit, it's like
everybody just run up.
Yeah, and it's like just coming from where I come from, that shit never really cool, you feel me? But I had to like adapt to certain things. Like I'm kind of like shy a little bit when it comes to like different people, mean people and shit like that. So it's always like something going on, if like that makes sense. Like somebody always want to ask me questions or want a picture, like shit like that. You feel me? It's like it's never like I can never chill, you feel me? Like I can go somewhere, unless I go out of town, like, they don't really know me out there.
Okay, so AWA as a whole dropped Long Way. We started to see you take off. Then you released single I Trap along with the mixtape I Trap. You did a solid amount of streams. Was this with or without a label?
Like as far as promotional?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't never had no promotion. Like I never, other than just like around here, in the city, like motherfuckers probably be like, oh, I fuck with him, let me share his shit, or you know. But other than that, I ain't never had no nothing behind me pushing me, like, you know what I'm saying, like.
So you're fully independent.
Oh yeah, all the way, all the way.
As an independent artist, what can a record label do for you at this point?
Shit, a distribution or some life changing shit. Like offer me a big dumbass bag that I can't get out here, like on my own, some shit like that. So I mean, and I feel like I could do anything on my own, but you know, as far as that goes, like, yeah, they gotta give me a bag. They gotta give me a dumbass bag. Yeah, cause I mean, I don't, like, I be doing a little research on that shit, and they kind of be fucking niggas over when they sign, when you sign to like a major like record company or some shit.
So what numbers do you think you could sign for? What's the max?
Some shit they ain't gonna give me. Some shit I know they ain't gonna give me, cause they probably gonna feel like another nigga more hungry than I am and willing to take some crumbs or some shit. So I mean, I really, you know, I really can't say, to be honest. Like, shit, I know I want it bad though. Shit, at least 5 M's, some shit like that. Cause I know how I get that shit, and I take that shit and run with it, and I do what I gotta do. Yeah.
You drop hit after hit. We rarely see you do any features on your projects. Why is this?
I don't know. I don't really work well with others. Nah, but I don't know. That could be like the case though. I don't really work well with a lot of people. Like, it gotta be like a good chemistry. Like, you know, like I be vibe checking. So if I ain't getting no good vibe from a nigga, I really can't make no music. I don't give a fuck how good a nigga can rap or what a nigga got going on. I really ain't, you know. I be going out vibes and shit, like. So.
Do you have any mainstream artists you would like to collab with? Any in mind?
Yeah, I got a couple shit. Yeah.
Could you drop any names?
I like that nigga Pooh Shiesty. I like that nigga Benny the Butcher. Y'all probably know who he is. He a up north nigga. He hard though. Street nigga. Shit. I like Hot Boy from Orlando. Full tight. Kodak for sure.
Free Kodak.
Yeah, free him. Free him. Shit. Who else? Dirt. I like Dirt. Other than that though, you know, it's just some like Florida niggas too though. Like, I ain't gonna lie though, if you from Florida and you popping, like, you ain't even gotta be popping though. If you hard, if I'm fucking with your shit, yeah, anybody like, yeah, you know, I be, yeah, I'm like on some, you know, like some down south shit.
With the internet being a powerful tool, it seems like everything's trending nowadays. What was your first break on the internet, and why do you think this happened?
You gotta break that down to me, like what you saying, like my first break, like as far as in what?
Like the first time you ever went viral, seen a viral surge.
Oh yeah, I ain't gonna count I trapped. Like, yeah, I trapped. That was like my first single and my first solo tape. Like, that was like the, yeah, they were fucking with it. Everybody fucking with that motherfucker.
Why do you think it did the success it did?
Cause it was like, I just believe, cause it was like a different sound, and then motherfuckers wanted to like hear that shit like me by myself, not and no shade, no against my brothers or nothing like that, but it was just like, I just know, you know what I'm saying, as well as them though. Shit, I know motherfuckers want to hear them too, like solo, just to see what type of shit they on, you know, aside from being a group or whatever. And I think that's what it was, or I think it was just more so like, you know, like, it's him, he doing that shit, like, he ain't, you know what I'm saying, cause for a little minute I ain't feel like I could make a song without them boys, like, no cap though, like, I felt like I couldn't do music without my brothers on the song with me or some shit like that, because I was so, that's how I stepped in, like, that's when I came in, like, I was rapping with them, so, and we did every song together, like, it was very rare that a nigga went in that bitch by himself and did a song, like, at that time, like, cause we was just, it was all new to us though, so, yeah.
We always see Ray Allen fresh to death, rocking designer clothes and shoes.
Oh yeah, man, I do a little.
See you on various posts on Instagram rocking the latest V-Long, Palm Angels,
oh, yeah,
Gucci,
yeah.
and Supreme.
For sure. For sure.
Do you wear jewelry, or are you the person who thinks jewelry is played out?
No, I don't feel like jewelry played out. I just feel like I don't really be like on shit that a lot of niggas be on, like, and it's like, cause I had to really get my shit like from the bottom, so I ain't felt like I was doing it for like no, like I know a lot of niggas like, oh, when I get my first 10, I'm finna go get icy, I'm finna go woo woo woo, wop wop, like whatever, like it just never been, you know what I'm saying? I like it though, like now as I got like a little older and shit, and I, you know what I'm saying, like I like that shit though. I ain't gonna lie, I like it, and shit, niggas that got that shit and they ain't half stepping, I like that shit. And I got some shit going on right now, but we ain't gonna speak on it because I don't really, like to talk about it until it's there in your face. But yeah, I got some shit in the words right now.
What was life like as a child? What type of family were you brought up on?
Man, as a child, I don't know, I grew up different though, cause it's like I got 4 sisters, and I'm the only boy. My mom had 5 kids, so on my dad's side, my grandma, and they kind of like looked out for me and shit, and bought me, like they kept me updated with clothes and shit. Sometimes I wear they shit, but and my cousins too though. My cousins twins. I had twin cousins. Yeah, it was just us though, and we was kind of like we tight, like you feel me, like cause it wasn't. We came from like my grandma. She not from here, so we had came here and shit. We just kind of like had to stick together. I ain't really like I went too I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Like I wasn't too social and shit with a lot of people like that. Like if I went to school with niggas, you know what I'm saying, like we kind of like developed, like, you know what I'm saying, like a relationship that way. But I wasn't really like loose like that back then. Like if that makes sense. Like,
A while back, you announced on Instagram you were having 2 twin boys. Being a father, how has this changed the perspective of your life?
shit. Man, I got 6 kids. So the twins is my last ones that I had. They like the youngest ones. So it got a lot to do with how I move. So that shit changed me a lot, and it actually keep me free. That shit keep me out here, and cause if it wouldn't have been for them, telling where I'd be at, cause I don't place myself in situations due to them. You know what I'm saying? Cause I know that I'm their role model and shit, and they look up to me, and even if they don't know it yet, you know what I'm saying? Like I still have to like lead by example, So shit, that shit play a big part of my life. Like it play a big role in everything. It's the reason why I'm doing what I'm doing as far as like the music and shit too. Also because like I said, I don't know none of that pill like that, and shit. Unless ball player or something. I ain't blessed to have skills like that wasn't my thing. But yeah, that shit changed a lot about me. I used to be like, wow, I ain't used to really give a fuck about a lot of shit, and I used to be getting into shit too. So like since I had my first child, my oldest son 7, and for a little minute though, I still was kind of like loose when I had him, but shit, once I got like used to him and shit like that, everything kind of smoothed out for me.
You released a cover art for your newest mixtape. What was the inspiration behind it?
Shit, we going pro with this. Yeah, we going pro with this one here. All them other ones I kind of like, I ain't really give them away, but shit, I was, I can't say I put my all in the motherfuckers, and I feel like I did at the time, but then when I sat back and thought about it, like that I really ain't put my all in that shit because I would have did more visuals. Like I would have did a lot of shit different, and I ain't really had like the guidance. I wasn't really helped because it was just me doing everything alone. So now it's kind of like I got some support behind me and shit, and I got ideas, and I done been doing this shit for a little second. So I kind of, but yeah, we going pro with this one. Yeah. And like I just went through a lot of shit, like everybody had though in 2020. So shit, yeah, I feel like I feel like this right here, this gonna be that one right here. Like, this gonna crack the gates for me. Man.
You on the verge of blowing up. Once they finally let you in the door, what's next for you?
Shit. I don't know. All I'm gonna say is I'm gonna just do some shit that I wasn't able to do. Like, right here in this spot I'm in. Like I'm a lot more investments. You feel me? I wanna just make my money, make more money. Like, I ain't gonna be scared to do shit because of certain circumstances. Like, nah, like when, cause we speak everything into existence. But shit, yeah. When it happened though, like, cause I mean it's done, but once it actually fall through, shit, you gonna see like. Gonna be like some big shit, gonna be colossal. Be good shit though.
You have a lot of young fans. Do you have a positive message for those who listen to your music or who wants to be like Ray Allen?
I mean, shit, man. Get your education, man. Don't fuck around in the streets unless you just shit, do what you do. But I mean, I just feel like the street, I mean, and everybody can vouch for this shit. The streets don't love nobody. You don't gotta be in the streets to get left in them, you feel me? But it just kind of like, it's slim the chances, man. Just, shit, man. Do something legit, man. Get your hustle on. You ain't gotta sell drugs to make no money and hustle up and get like a lot of money or nothing like that. It's just shit, man. Do you, man. Be yourself, man. Don't let peer pressure, get you like caught up in this shit, cause this shit ain't for nobody. Honestly, I mean, niggas get what they can to get up out of it, but a lot of people like, a lot of people sit there and they glorify that shit and they try to like teach the youth and the wrong, like all the wrong shit, meaning like they ain't gonna show you like the flip side of this shit and like the flip side of the ugly and yeah, I might not ever get to see your next birthday, so shit, walk light out here, shit. Do your thing. Take care of yourself and your people. Same way. Now tell me what to say again. Tell me what to say. Tell me what to say again. A.W.A. Ray Allen on rockin' with Uptown Music, man. Fuck with him.